We're gonna take two awesome indicators and mash them together, right? The goal here is to help you find those trades that have a much better chance of working out, okay? And honestly, this isn't just for one thing. You can actually use this whether you're trading forex or crypto, stocks, or whatever. You can even tweak it for different time frames. But just to keep things super clear and focused today, we're gonna look at how I use it, especially on the gold chart, the 15-minute time frame. I've just seen some seriously good stuff happen there with this exact setup, so that's where we'll start. Let's do it. So first things first, the very first indicator we're gonna add here is called the moving average trend sniper. You might hear people say MATS for short sometimes, totally fine. That's the same thing. Now getting this into your chart is really simple, especially if you're using something like TradingView. Here's how you do it. Just go up and click on the indicators button. That'll open up a little search window for you, and there just type out moving average trend sniper. It'll pop up right in the list. Give it a click and that's on your chart. Okay, so what does this actually do? Well, the name kinda tells you. It helps us spot the main trend with like really good precision. You're gonna see a colored line showed up right on your chart. And this line, that's basically our main guide. If it's green, boom, trend is going up. If it's red, okay, the trend is heading down. Super simple, right? But super effective for making sure we're trading with the market trend, not against it. Alright, now we've got to make sure the MATS indicator is dialed in perfectly for our strategy. We just need to change one simple setting. Find the indicator's name on your chart and see the little gear icon next to it. Click on that. That's gonna open up the settings window. Once that pops up, go straight over to the inputs tab and we're gonna see something called length. Now by default it might be set to something else, whatever, but for our strategy we need to tweak this to 40. Just type the number 40 right there. That number 40, that's like the sweet spot, the magic number for the indicator to work best for our system. Now after inputs, just head over to the style tab and listen, that's pretty easy. Don't touch anything in there. Just leave all the default settings exactly as they are. Perfect. So with the length set to 40, the MATS indicator is now ready. It's gonna accurately show us the overall direction. So now that we've got our main trend filter locked in with the first indicator, right, we need something else. We need a way to really pinpoint like the exact best time to jump into a trade, but only when it matches the trend we just found. And this is where our second indicator comes in. This one is called trend wave bands and it's by someone named Big Beluga. What this indicator does is gonna draw like a color band right there on your chart. We're gonna call this the wave band, okay? And adding this one is gonna be the same drill as before. Just go up to that indicators button on whatever platform you're using, search Trade Wave Bands by Big Beluga. Find it in the list and add it to your chart. Easy peasy. So to get this trend wave bands playing nice for our MATS indicator, we gotta just jump into its settings too. Same deal as before, find the little gear icon next to the trend wave bands name on your chart and pop that open. First place we're going is the inputs tab. We're gonna see options like length and factor. We need to change both of these. For length, make sure you put in 14. And for factor, set that to 1. These exact numbers 14 and 1 are absolutely crucial. Why these numbers? Because that's what's gonna give us those precise, accurate buy and sell signals we're looking for. Now after inputs, click right over to the style tab. Listen up here. This is key for keeping your chart from going too messy. There's bunch of stuff in here this indicator can show you, but for this special strategy we want to keep it simple. Find where it says upper wave and lower wave. See those check marks next to them? We're gonna uncheck both of those. We only need to see that main color band, the actual wave trend line. Alright, with these settings adjusted, the trend wave bands indicator is now perfectly set up. Now, let's talk about actual rules, the trading rules for this strategy. And listen, they are super simple, but man, are they powerful? It really boils down to combining what these two indicators are telling us to filter out all the bad noise and only take the high probability trades. So remember that trend wave band, think of that as your initial trigger, your first little heads up that a move might be starting. When the trend wave band changes color from red to green, that's your signal for a potential buy. The opposite is true for sell. When the trend wave band changes from green to red, that's your potential sell signal. Now here's where things get important. Sometimes the trend wave indicator can give you signals that go against the main direction of the market. Those are called counter trend signals and they can get you in trouble. This is where the moving average trend sniper, the MATS indicator, becomes absolutely essential. This is your filter. This is your bodyguard. Here's the core rule. Pay attention. You only take a buy signal from the trend wave if and only if the MATS line is currently green. The main trend shown by the MATS line has to agree with your potential trade. Same exact logic for sell. You only take a sell signal from a trend wave if and only if the MATS line is currently red. If the MATS line is green when the trend wave gives you a sell signal, no, skip that one entirely. The MATS line must be red to validate the sell trade. So real simple summary. Trend waves goes red to green and MATS is green. For a sell trade, trend waves goes green to red and MATS is red. Seriously, just stick to these super simple rules. By only trading in the direction of the main trend shown by the MATS line, you're gonna dramatically increase your chances of success. Now you don't have to just take my words for it that this strategy works. I actually put this exact setup to the test following those rules we just talked about on the gold 5-minute chart. I ran 100 trades through it and check this out. Here are the results. First off, win rate. We saw a solid 68% win rate. Pretty awesome, right? Total profit and loss, the P&L, came in at an impressive 99.53%. Profit factor, this strategy had a really healthy 3.19 profit factor. Fantastic. Maximum drawdown, it was kept super low at just 2.97%. What that tells you is that the strategy is pretty stable. It doesn't have these massive swings against you, which is crucial, especially for beginners. And just look at this. We had a streak of 6 consecutive wins and the maximum consecutive losses, only 3. You love to see that kind of consistency. Now, this strategy is awesome for beginners, but if you're curious about the strategy I personally use in the most of my trading, I've actually put that exact video right here on the screen for you. Seriously, if you want to dive deeper into how I trade every day, that's definitely the one to watch next. See you in the next video.